Hello followers. Today we are going to see the topic Oracle Cursor. It's more interesting topic and more important topic as well. So how the cursor works? What is cursor? See, cursor is pointer to the results that return the SQL query. See what happen if you are fetching the data from SQL and keep it in the PLSQL, we can create in cursor. Okay, if we are not creating the cursor, we have to fetch the value from SQL and we have to store it immediately in the PLSQL. But if we have the cursor, what happen? It will keep it in PGA. From there, we can read one by one data and we can do the business processing. Okay, that's way the cursor will help. So the um so then we can apply the business logic once we fetch the data from the cursor. Okay. So it's result set created in the context area in the PLSQL. Then we can how if you have the book, we read one by one page, right? Similar way, we can read data from one by one from the cursor. Okay. So then each row we can apply the business logic. Okay. So we have two type of cursor. One is implicit cursor, another one is explicit cursor. Okay. So implicit cursor, we don't have much control. Okay. Only we can use the cursor attribute like found, not found, SQL row count, those attributes. Other than that, we don't have any control because it's created by Oracle automatically when in the PLSQL any DML operation happen or any select into happen, then immediately Oracle create the implicit cursor. We don't have much control, but we can use those cursor attribute variable. But explicit cursor, the developer have complete control. So we only create the uh, cursor and so we have multiple record in the cursor, then we can read one by one. So it's required four processing. Okay, four. First one is declare. Declared part, we will write the select query. What are the records we need for processing? Okay. Once declarative part is open, completed, then begin block we open. Once we are opening, then what happen? It will fetch, it will create the result set. It will fetch the data and keep it in the PGA. From there, we will use fetch. Fetch, we will read data from the PGA to our execution block. Okay, it will read the data fetches. So once fetch is fetching stage, whatever the business logic we want to apply, we will apply it and we will finally close it. So okay, this close, then the context area is closed, so we can't um, read it. If you want to read it again, then you have to open it again. Okay, these are the four stages: declare, open, fetch, close. Okay, for loop, only declarative part, remaining all it will happen automatically. Okay, so let's see. So declarative part, this is a declarative part. So we write the syntax cursor and cursor name is and select statement. Whatever the result set you want in the cursor, then you can write the select statement. It's now in this cursor, we are going to handle three column value from the EMP table. Then in the declarative part, we will open it. If we are opening, then what happen? Oracle, it will fetch the data and keep it in the PGA. Then fetch, what happen? From the PGA, it will read one by one and it will assign to these variables. Okay. So exit when there is no data in the cursor, then it will exit. Okay. This is the exit class. Then once finally it's exit, then we can close. Close, if we are not closing, the memory leak will happen. So then we can close the cursor. Okay, the final. Okay, that's the way the cursor life cycles. So four stages: declare, open, fetch, close. Okay, so just this is a sample program for the cursor operation. Just I declared one cursor and I declared the types. So instead of creating uh, singular scalar type, we can create a row type also. Directly we can create the instance. Depends on your need, you can create it. So, okay. And this one just we use for loop. Okay. Just to open it's basic loop. Okay. Basic loop. This is the syntax. Loop fetch into exit when and this. Okay. Uh, and once it's completed, then we are closing it. Cursor attribute found when it's true. If fetch is succeeded, if we have fetched the data successfully, then it's true. If the fetch is failed, then not found is true. Row count, how many rows are fetched? That is the count it will give. Cursor open will give the cursor is opened or not. Okay. So using for loop, most of the things automated. Just if you see for, this is an index variable. So this is the cursor. Okay, just a loop and end loop in between. It will automatically increment and everything will happen automatically. Then we can use it. Whatever the business logic you want. Okay. So open, fetch, and close the cursor automatically for loop. Okay. So depends on your need, you can use. Okay. Always explicit cursor give more control for the developer. Okay. Um, so if so use not found exit loops. Okay. So if you are using simple loops, you should be using this, or else it will go infinite loop. Okay. So cursor loop, if you want most of the things automated, then you can use for loop. So industry, you can see most of the time for loop. Okay. Use type and row type. Okay, so to make the instance and use subtype of the cursor. That's the best approach. Okay. Okay. So if you are fetching only one row, don't use cursor. You can directly go for the normal select into. Okay. Okay. Let's begin with the practical session. Okay. Just I will. Okay, just I declare the cursor. So if you see, run and see, okay, it's returning these 14 rows. Then I declare the variables and I am opening the cursor and fetch into this and I am exiting this. Okay, just I am running it. So now I am printing this 17 rows. Okay, so whatever we learned in the SQL, all concatenation, everything we can use it. Okay, just I fetched record. So what happened? The declaration section just we will declare the cursor while opening. What happened? Oracle create the context area and keep all the records. Fetch, it will read one by one data and we will put it into variable. So we created three variables. So we are putting it into these three variable and we are exit when not found. So first record it will come. So it's found, then it will print. So till those 14 records it will found. If it's not found, then it will exit. Okay, that's the way it will work. Okay, so for loop. So this is everything for automated. Okay. Now see, similar output. Directly we can for loop directly here, right, and we can use it. Okay. So actually, we can for loop, if we are writing using subquery, we can avoid the declarative part as well. Okay, so let me show that one also. If you want to avoid declarative part also, we can directly write it in the here. So instead of writing declarative part, we can write subquery cursor just here. So instead of this one, so we can write a subquery. Within the brackets, if you are writing anything, it will become subquery. So then it will automatically read the data from this query. Okay. This way also we can use it using subquery cursor. Okay. So we don't have declarative part, directly we can write it. Okay. So this is the cursor topic. Okay. for parameter cursor and cursor variable, we have one topic cursor variable, strong ref cursor and weak ref cursor. I will explain those two topics in the next video. Okay. So this video only for this. Okay. So I am just interview point of view. What is cursor? So its cursor is pointed to the result set SQL query that process rows one at a time. Okay. So there is a pointer. Okay. In the PGA, it's a pointer to the result set. Okay. Implicit and explicit cursor. So implicit automatically created by Oracle, while an explicit cursor managed by developer. Okay. What does open? Open execute the cursor to query create the results. Open it will create the results set in the PGA. Fetch it's retrieve the rows one at a time from the cursor into PLSQL variables. Okay, put the variables, use fetch. Found return true when its fetch is successful, not found true if its fetch is fail. Row count, how many rows are fetched? Okay, is open. If it's open, then it will be true. Close. Can we fetch without open? No, we can't fetch it without open. So why close cursor? So cursor should be closed to release memory and database resource after processing. Okay. Cursor should be closed to release the memory. Okay. So these are the interview topics. Okay. I think we covered whatever that topic. Okay. The next video I will cover the cursor variables and parameter cursor. Okay. That's all I have. Okay. Please subscribe my channel. Share your feedback. Share it with your friends. I'll be sharing videos, SQL, PLSQL, and performance tuning and interview topics. Um, Once you subscribe, immediately you will get the notification for the uploaded video. Thank you.